Yes, and welcome to the Shop Report special presentation of After Dark. I, of course, am your host, none other than Double J, and the guy to my left, your right, or something like that inverted, is none other than D Gully. Welcome aboard. What up, though? It's Saturday.
It is Saturday. It is a time for After Dark. You know what we do here. Um, how you doing, man?
Hey, you're out there in Columbus, man. So look,
Hey, first of all, let's get it right. Shout
yep.
out to our esteemed host, Barbershop Jay. He told everybody, if y'all have been listening, he told everybody in no uncertain terms that Ohio State was going to put a beating on these Volunteers. Ohio State is going to look different than they usually look versus the SEC. And for what it's worth, at least as far as that first half is concerned, Ohio State has made didn't make a liar out of him. I would say it that way. So so that is looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, live look was 28-10 in the third. And so here's the thing, right? Obviously, as many know, I represent the train. And with that being said, I have I tend to find myself more in like the neutral zone, if you will, as it pertains to Ohio State, right? Like I think a lot of the internal hate, if you will, within the conference is, has a lot to do with more recency as it pertains to success and in both basketball as well as football against Ohio State.
Right.
We, in reference to said train, have not necessarily had some of the same struggles that many of the other. Now, that may not be applicable to anybody else. I'm just saying against one particular school, that was Ohio State.
Right.
In the last few years, I've been fortunate enough to storm the field twice against Ohio State. So, and once against Michigan State. Thank you, Megan, and my knees for holding up because that would have been embarrassing. But I think because of that, I don't see it the same like they do. Like Michigan refuses to root for him. But there was a post that I seen of the Tennessee guys, and Tennessee knows better. If they didn't, they got ran over by the train a handful of times already. So they just need to stay off the tracks. But specifically, there was an SEC post of Tennessee players coming out topless. Okay. For the most part, it would not have made Baywatch. And I guess to me that says two things. The first, the main point I wanted to get to was if you had gone to the comments said, I'm a Missouri fan or Missouri.
Yeah.
And go Vols. I'm a Vanderbilt fan, but after seeing this, go Vols. And so again, there was somewhat of a unification amongst the entire SEC against Ohio State. And this is where I am drawing a line. The Big needs to get better about this. I don't know where we have gone wrong. I don't care how many times a flag has been planted anywhere. Once the games are no longer against each other,
you
got to put it behind you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than your school.
Hey, man. Let's be all the way real, bro. They look at it like being scorned lovers.
Oh, man.
They do. It's they do. That's what it's like. Do you really want your ex to be happier in their next relationship? than the one that they had with you? Nah, that's what I'm saying. That's the approach. I mean, I'm saying if you got some emotional intelligence, yeah, you would, because maybe you wasn't at your best and you would want them to be better, or maybe because they was bitter or whatever else, you would want them to be better off in their relationship because you ain't trying to hold no grudge like that. But if you were a bitter rival or a bitter, you know what? You ain't about to want them to be better than what they had with you. You know what I'm saying? They beat you, so now you want them to be, no, bro.
See, okay. I get where you're going with that. That there should be love there. There should be love there, but
like for example, I want Michigan to be at their absolute best until November, until the day after Thanksgiving. I want Michigan to come in being the absolute best until the day after Thanksgiving, till the Saturday after Thanksgiving. That's why would I want less? Why would I want Michigan to struggle through the season and then come in the day after Thanksgiving and do what they've done? Now, thankfully, we are now in the college football playoff era where we still can largely, if you know Ohio State, we still can recover in a significant way from that loss by, hey, we might be able to go ahead and get a national championship out of this. But in seasons past, a loss like this, we wouldn't even be in the BCS. We'd be playing in the, the Coles.com Bowl or or you get what I'm saying?
Unreal.
You know, we'd be playing in the Meyer of
Midwest.
the Kroger Bowl, right? You know, so why wouldn't I want anybody who potentially could also represent what I represent? Why would I want them to look Why would I want them to look like trash anywhere else except for when we line it up against them? Like I said, I want Michigan State to look very good. I want Purdue to look awesome. I want Michigan to look awesome until they play us. And then that way, when they play us and we win, we're all the better for it. To your point, I think anybody in the SEC, that's how they feel about their program. They're like, yo, we in the SEC. So when they say we are in the SEC, even if you Alabama, we the best of the best, because everybody in our conference represent that elite style, that elite competition level of SEC football, right? So Tennessee, Auburn, Alabama, Georgia, LSU, you name it, they all represent that SEC, which means they all as a collective are among the best. So at least in that regard, they all are a team or a unit in that way, and saying we're part of the best. Ohio State and the other big need to do that. Need to have that same representation. And I think sometimes they do. They'll probably be more apt to give Oregon some praise than Michigan, because again, when it comes to Oregon or whatever, it's about competitive respect. But when it comes to Michigan, it's about bitter breakup syndrome. That's how they act. That's how Michigan acts, and that's how Ohio State acts.
Yeah, and again, I guess I'm speaking more for the collective. I'm looking at this like, I don't know, it's certain culturally, sometimes there's as Jay-Z once said, no one wins when the family feuds.
No.
And that's where I feel like the culture of the Big Ten is often heavily influenced. That's why, I just had that same very similar message in my own household, like, knock it off. I called her big sister in this case, because, they fight Michigan State. I'm like, I'm a neutral party in this thing. So I'm like, I don't care if you're big sister, little sister, whatever, you guys figure that out. But once it is at this stage, the biggest stage of them all.
Yeah.
Look, if you're not there, they're the only representation we have. So I just wanted to point that out, but I get it. Yes, Michigan and Ohio State, unfortunately, are going to be like the old now unmarried couple that are at the child's wedding or something, and just oh gosh, like you can barely get them to sit next to each other for a picture, let alone to smile.
Oh, you better get those acronyms. You better get those analogies right, sir. It's big brother, not sister. You tell him, Mrs. Alva. You tell him.
Unbelievable. We got George checking in. How are we doing? I'm doing great.
Doing great, George.
Let's see. Need some help tonight. And again, I was going to reference that. Of course, answering all the start sits. Ooh, non-PPR. And this isn't as straightforward as it seems, right?
Right, because it's non-PPR.
Right away. So I'm George. I'm going to leave your comment in here. I'm going to dive into my stuff quickly.
Yeah, let's go to our analysis bag real quick.
Yep. And so
he got 2 of them. So we only picking between 3.
Correct, thankfully.
Yeah, right. Because he gonna give us this whole depth chart, and then we'll be here forever. All right, so let's be quick about this one here. All right, JSN.
So
I think Seattle's playing
Minnesota.
Oh, Seattle's at home versus Minnesota, 12-2. So I'll tell you what, real quick. What do you have? What do you have on Minnesota's defense? What's the outlook, especially
they blitz like crazy. Thankfully, like right away, I already know that part of it. I also do know they have gotten, I don't want to say torched, but they have been vulnerable to number 1 receivers, which unfortunately JSN has not been.
Right. It's been Metcalf.
Right. So in addition to that, Metcalf hasn't had a 100-yard game since like week 4.
Wow.
I know it's actually quite brutal if you think about it. The concerns that I actually have. Okay, he does. George mentioned he has Kyler. Kyler is his starting quarterback. So he's wondering about, because here's the thing with the pairing, right? So Kyler to Harrison is not exactly Manning to Harrison.
Sure.
And I didn't actually mean to do that by accident. That was literally by accident.
Wait a minute. You didn't mean to do that by accident?
No.
Yeah. You could. That's impossible. All right. What you just said is impossible.
Just appreciate that genius for what it is. That's
yeah. I ain't mean to do that by accident. All right.
Yeah. So unfortunately, in a standard league, I have JSN at 25 and Harrison at 19. And who was the third one more
DJ
time?
Moore.
DJ Moore.
Now DJ
at 26.
Moore. Yeah, now see here the thing, right? No PPR. See, DJ Moore in the last couple weeks, he's getting the catches, but he got 50 yards, 49 yards and 46 yards the last 2 weeks, respectively. Now, how does that look on the fantasy side in terms of points? Not sure, but since it's non-PPR, it looks pretty.
So check this out.
It looks very pedestrian. Yeah,
I'm going to point out a few things too. So Caleb Williams is 0-4 against NFC North opponents.
All right.
However, the Bears are top 10 in plays per game, and however, we're held to 59 in the previous matchup as the Lions dominated the time of possession.
Right.
So I would say from a Bears side of things, I'm trying to get out of the Lions. He being Williams, leaned heavily on DJ Moore against the Lions scheme in week 13. And that's what I could be leaning on here, unless I find something to say otherwise as it pertains to Harrison.
All right. So
he had 16 targets in that game, which he turned 8 for 97 and a touchdown.
Yep.
And over the last 5 weeks, DJ Moore's the fantasy wide receiver 13. And he's going to have, again, that rookie from Alabama, Terrion Arnold, on him. And I talked about Pro Football Focus's cornerback grades. He's 108 out of 115.
So he looked like he's gonna be eating, even though it's even though Chicago's at home, it's still outside.
That is going to be the most interesting.
Right. See, cold weather teams seem to have the advantage. I feel like until a certain point, because cold is cold. Like, we think of it this way. Detroit, I think, is disadvantaged. They play in the dome, as does Minnesota. So that's just like Miami or Los Angeles or no, Houston. They play in the dome too. You get what I'm saying? Or Jacksonville coming up north. Like, they're not in that cold weather all the time.
Right. Exactly. And so
real quick though, but what I'm saying, so real quick, who do you think though? I'm still sort of, based on what you said, I'm still sort of inclined to give DJ Moore a go.
Oh no, I am too, and here's why. My issue with Marvin Harrison is obviously he's been a slow burn, putting it mildly, for fantasy. Against single high, which is what the Panthers are doing. Again, we're talking about the league's worst defense here, literally. And anybody else would be like, oh, he should do fantastic. Not necessarily in his case. He's only getting about 2.5 yards. Basically 2.1 yards per route run. And among all 134 wide receivers with 50-plus routes run against single high, he's number 44. So, who I do like out of that is Trey McBride. So, if you have Trey McBride, yes, I love him against the Panthers. You love most matchups against the Panthers. Unfortunately, the only other, again, to me, it would be a judgment call between Harrison and JSN. The thing is, you know what's interesting about this too is that Austin brought this up a little earlier when he brought up JSN. He said concerned about weather.
Yeah.
Did he know something that I don't know?
Well, Seattle's gonna have, it's a home game for Seattle, but that's what I was just getting at too. I mean, I said it. I forgot about Austin's comment, but that's also what I was getting at. Even though Seattle's at home, rain is rain.
Gusty wind. Sorry, gusty rain. Oh, bruh. Well, see, now I may bench him. And Gino, dude, let's not forget this. Like, I don't know how good Gino is. Like, Gully, you may not have caught this, but he missed like half of the game, which is why I got eliminated, what you got to witness live.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everyone got to witness live.
So I would probably, look at this. George saying in Seattle it's going to rain. And that's the thing. So Minnesota blitzes at the league's highest rate, if you remember.
Yep.
Dude, they get to that line against a team that was not blitzing a week ago.
Right. That was just,
they were walking through. I watched a dude get bull rushed and basically sack his own quarterback.
Yeah.
I've never been more frustrated on a plane. Like, I wanted to yell something along the lines of something that would have sounded like Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, yeah, you would have got kicked off the plane.
Yep. And so I'm going. Jay Silva checking in as well. I've been riddled with injuries. Oh man.
All right, so wait a minute. Hold on.
See, this one's gonna be tough. Hang on.
Wait. Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up yet. Yet. Danny, we see you. We're gonna get to you in just 1 second, Danny. Let's finish though. We gotta get.
Yeah, let's get George officially.
I think we're gonna. Well, so if that's the case, then it seemed like it would be DJ Moore and Marvin Harrison Jr.
It's DJ Moore and JSN for me. It's just I don't. Dude, Harrison, man, he has been terrible.
What? A rookie has been terrible. What? How? All right, so look, this is what I'm trying to figure out, right? Harrison. This is what I'm trying to figure out. When you say he has been terrible, all right. How many drops does he have?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Let's see. In recent weeks, versus Minnesota, for example, he was targeted 12 times. Now he came out with five touches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. New England last week, 2 catches, 32 yards. Week before
you see how that might not be good in the playoffs, Scully?
Yeah, I know. I see what you're saying, right? We in the playoffs now. Playoffs. No, Jim Moore. I'll never not be able to remember that. Then go with it. DJ Moore and then JSN. So for George. Stand on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because I just look, if Harrison goes off, then he's going off in spite of me. At that point, but George, it's the better matchup. Now, if Geno gets popped in play number 1, and we're all doomed. Look, I'm being honest with you. I'm playing JSN too, so I will. My season's on the line with you, and I will probably cry more tears than there will be raindrops in Seattle. So,
all right, let's get to Silver real quick because I want to get to Danny's. I don't want too much time to go past before we get to Danny. Right. So let's get to Silver real quick. Jay Silver, thanks for tuning in with us, man. All right, so guys, I've been riddled with injuries. Can I get some input? Pick 2 RBs and a flex. Oh man, he need full PPR. Chuba, Dowdle, Tracy Jr., Rashad White,
Jerome Get Tracy Ford, out of there.
Jerome Ford, Shakir, and Thielen. The Browns have the Bengals tomorrow in Cincinnati. And Chubb is out for the year.
Yeah, so I mean, Jerome Ford's going to get the running back work, but
is it going to be quality? Is the question, right?
Right. So I'm going to running backs versus who did you say they were playing?
They're playing Cincinnati.
Yep. Running backs versus the Bengals. Ramondre Stevenson went for $120. Pacheco went for 90. Eckler didn't do much. Chuba went for 100. Derrick Henry went for 92. Tracy went for 50, but then had 50 in the air. Chubb only had 22. Saquon went for 100. Basically, it seems like the better the team was, the better they did.
Yeah, and Ford didn't play the last time earlier in the season when the Browns met the Bengals. Ford did not play.
Correct.
So we don't have no previous experience this season with him. I don't know if it's worth going back to last season.
So I have So Arizona is actually terrible against the run. If you guys remember, I know Ramondre didn't have a great game, but he didn't lose us the game last week either. And he hasn't been great at all this season. He has been like I have no other choice type of play for me. So if he had a good game, we saw the backup for Seattle run wild to the point where he picked up an injury against the Cardinals. So Chuba I have him at RB13 in the PPR this week. So he looks like he's a green light for me. Miller against Green Bay, I don't necessarily love. He looks like he has a little bit more explosion than he was a good change of pace back, like what we saw from Bucky originally when he was sharing time with Rachaad White. I suggest that that's changed, even though it hasn't. Rico Dowdle versus Tampa Bay is interesting to me. I have him at 17. Who was the other guys that he had?
Tracy Jr., Rachaad White, Jerome Ford, Shakir, and Thielen.
No, Tracy's RB30. Ford's RB26. Shakir. Wait, Shakir like the wide receiver?
Yeah, because it's he asked for help with 2 RBs and a flex.
Oh, and a flex. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see. All right. That I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
You gotta apologies, guys. I'm on a completely different screen right now. So let's see. Here we go. I'm gonna double this one up really quickly just to get to the other. I want to get the wide receivers up. Buffalo's playing New England, right?
Yes.
Our PPR Shakir is our wide receiver 24 and Thielen's wide receiver 27. All right, so then I'm gonna go look at them individually in these matchups here. So
I'm gonna tell you right this. Chuba is one of them. Silva, Chuba is one of your picks.
So, yeah, again, in a PPR where you could look at Ford a little bit, is with his pass catching ability. This is one of those things where like he may only get 50 yards on the ground. But if Dante Foreman, again, Bob Rohrman plug, if he sneaks in there, then you're toast by playing Ford. Because he's not going to torch them on the ground at all. I think this is going to be just a disastrous matchup. Because with Jameis, at least they would have been able to sustain some stuff in the air. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jameis ends up in this game at some point. Unless DTR can use his legs a little bit like we've seen in spurts.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. This is not like you're hearing like if to me the most telling thing, Barbershop J of all people is the one who caught it, which is how the all-pro, all-world defender is talking. There's your pulse of the locker room.
Gotcha.
So to me, I wouldn't, in a playoff matchup, would not want to be banking on, one of the Cleveland players. Because I don't know. Do you see that any differently?
Nah, I'm inclined to agree with you.
The reason I hate Tracy, simply put, as this is the reason why I lost.
Okay.
Because if I would have pulled Tracy, who I wanted to pull, dude.
Yep.
Like I had already burned the one spot with Jennings on Thursday, so I couldn't do this any other way.
Right.
It would have meant moving Taylor back to the original RB2 spot,
Okay.
which would have freed up the flex, who would have went there? Well, Devontae Smith, the 34-point PPR Devontae Smith.
Right.
Yeah. So Tyrone Tracy and his 6 points cost me. And they're going back to the dude that last played on Thanksgiving and was trash. So no, I want nothing to do with him. The Raiders were able to have some success on the ground, barely. Okay. But that was pretty much, if you wanted to gauge what this game is going to look like, you just saw it the other day. So stay away from anything with that terrible team. So again, Chuba is in, and
not Dowdle.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think I'm ultimately going to, by process of elimination, going to end up with Uncle Rico, because he needed 2, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Give me Chuba.
We needed RBs and a flex.
Oh, but wait a minute. Rashad White. Bucky's back and fine. It is a split backfield, but it hasn't stopped him entirely from producing. That's the Sunday night game, and that's against Dallas. Running backs have had okay success against Dallas. But against Tampa, on the other hand, give me Chuba, Rico, and then between Shakir and Thielen, give me Shakir. Let's make it happen. All right, and then we're gonna get to Danny here right after the break.
No, we can get to Danny now, and then
we'll get to Danny now. All right.
Yeah. Danny been waiting for a while. Thanks, Danny. And I see Jay Silver been giving them some giving them some advice. I would go with Goff. I think they would rely a bit more on the pass with the injury to Montgomery. I feel like Chuba's Jay Silver, I think I echo your sentiments. I would go with Goff against the Bears.
Yeah, that's the thing. So he's going to be checking that ball down to Gibbs. Matter of fact, I have a ton of data on this game.
Okay.
Bear with me. So, again, I brought up how Caleb Williams is against the division as a whole.
Yeah.
The Bears obviously were dominated the last time around. Josh Allen just threw for 360, obviously, against the Lions. Goff did struggle a little bit. He had his lowest yards per average all season. So Chicago's running a high rate of cover 3 on the back end.
All right.
At about 44, almost 45%. And basically what they're trying to do is eliminate or at least slow down the possibility of an explosive play. And that's where kind of they have Jalen Johnson shadowing a lot of the wide receiver ones. Thankfully, we haven't heard people ask about St. Brown yet. But Goff typically had been pretty good against cover 3.
Yeah.
And what the Lions will end up doing is obviously putting St. Brown in the slot. And it'll be interesting to see what they do. So, again, here's one from, I'm going to actually pull this up here on Twitter. I got this off Fantasy. So this is clearly not my tweet, of course. Oops. Get this here on the screen. Take a look at that there. So this is from Scott Barrett. Amon-Ra St. Brown in games had a positive 13.5 targets. All other games, completely pedestrian numbers. I mean, not terrible. 15 fantasy points per game is not exactly terrible, but
no, not at all.
this is where I think they're going to have to throw the ball more. So I agree with these guys that Darnold against Seattle isn't terrible, but it's not great either. So just looking, going back to more of the data points here, J-Mo went for 5 for 28 in the previous week 13 matchup. And that's the thing. Chicago's 32nd in fantasy points per game to the slot. So, but if you saw what the Vikings just did to them, it should kind of show how these guys can have a pretty decent game.
Okay.
So, speaking of who the wild card is, here we go. We have this is Jahmyr Gibbs. It's from Rhoda Viz here in the splits and out of them with David Montgomery. So again, expect more receptions, more yards. Again, ultimately, of course, more targets. So even more rush attempts. So no matter what here, it does, kind of bode well for Gibbs and the Lions. And again, the Bears have been a run funnel. So,
okay,
I'll give you a few different numbers here from the Bears on the ground versus opposing, backfields.
Okay.
Week 12, Aaron Jones, 22 attempts for 106 yards. Gibbs in Montgomery, 30 attempts, 175 yards. Isaac Orendo, 15 for 78, but 2 touchdowns. And then Aaron Jones, 18 for 86. So, again, Gibbs would be an absolute must start.
Yep.
It'll be, to me, if
I'm
it
going
was
with,
in the
I'm
dome.
I'm going to go with Goff. I'm going to stick with Goff.
I would. He got you here.
Yeah, I would go with Goff, Danny. Even if Darnold can have a competitive day with that rain, I still count on Goff getting you enough points for you to go ahead and advance on. And again, much as I kind of brought up about playing in cold weather, even if you are in the division or what have you, after it all, we're talking about a rivalry game. So the Lions are going to be up for it, especially considering, they lost somebody in the backfield, for a few weeks, if not longer. But I like the way Goff is playing, I like the way the game plan. I would take Goff this week. Yeah, I'm going to go with Goff.
Agreed. Looking at Jay Silva's comment, we'll dive into that here momentarily because I don't disagree with him.
Gotcha.
I do not disagree with him. So we're going to dive into that just after the break. Then, of course, by all means, everybody keep your comments coming, and we will see you in just about 2 minutes or so.
It's K Cunningham, and you watching the Shop Report.
I'm Homie Diallo, and you watching the Shop Report.
My name's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Oh, you're Jay Nolly, you're watching the Shop Report.
It's Bryce McKee, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Hi, I'm Mars Man, works at Mercury Stadium, and you're watching the Shock Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doug Flynn of the New York Mets. Well, a few other teams, of course, too. And you're watching the Shop Report.
I'm Matt Ramos, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? I'm Rajay Davis, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? This is Nelson Figueroa, former Major League pitcher with a lot of teams. You're about to listen to the Shop Report.
Hey, this is Howard Johnson. You're watching the Shop Report.
Hi, I'm Heath Bell from the New York Mets, and you're listening to the Shop Report podcast. Yeah!
Hey, I'm Josh Tolley, former catcher of the New York Mets, and you're watching the Shop Report.
This is Edgardo Alfonso for the Mets, and you're listening to Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doc Gooden, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Hello, this is Mike Hampton, and you're watching Shop Report.
This is Herman Harvey, former NFL offensive lineman with the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens, and you're listening to the Shop Report.
Cleaning the cracks on your pavement surfaces can take hours and be torturous on your body. Until now. Bi-Cracky Weed Removal Tool was designed specifically to clean pavement cracks in a fraction of the time, all while standing up. Bi-Cracky's patented design incorporates a two-sided steel blade and is encased by a durable fiberglass shell. Simply use the large end to clean big gaps, then rotate and use the small tip for narrow gaps. Made in the USA, Bi-Cracky eliminates weeds to the root and is environmentally friendly. Bi-Cracky, save your back while you clean your crack.
I'm Jordan Gudeman, and I'm the founder and CEO of Eddie G's Cookies. I was first diagnosed with a nut allergy when I was young. At the time, there weren't a lot of labeled items that said if there may contain nuts or there are nuts in the food, so my brother and sister and I baked a lot at home, and we enjoyed treats from mixes and things like that, but I noticed that it was not the same as what my friends were enjoying, and I started making up my own recipes. When it was time to pick a career, I decided to start a bakery so I could share my treats with everybody else. When I started creating my recipe, I was taking in all the things that I thought I was missing out on. A soft, chewy center, a crisp outside crust, and a taste that is just like it came out of the oven at a bakery. When I put all those things together, I had come up with a recipe for a dream cookie. Eddie G's Cookies only uses the finest ingredients. We have all natural flavorings, no preservatives, and every cookie is made in a nut-free environment. The best part about Eddie G's Cookies is that they can be delivered right to your door. You can share them or not. We won't tell.
What it do, sports fans? It's your man BSJ from the Shop Report. And guess what? The shop is now open for business, baby. If you're on Facebook, go to our fan page, The Shop Report, click on More, and then Shop to view all products. Or if you're on Instagram, click on the Shop tab to see all our products. I mean, what you want me to do? I'm selling merch here.
All right.
All right. Yes, sir.
I wanted to bring up something real quick about analytics. Okay. Analytics has been the flavor of the day when it comes to sports and all and analytics, right? Let me do this real quick. Let me present.
Yeah, speaking of analytics, just real quick, because it's 42-10 right now. So this thing's done and dusted. So Tennessee went and got frostbite and an ascot whooping.
Yep.
All the way back to Rocky Top.
Yep.
Ryan Day, from an analytical standpoint, was like 1 in 12 against the SEC.
Yep.
Which would have suggested bet against them.
Yep.
And he just what changed?
It's not, while it is the SEC, it's not quite the same Tennessee Volunteers team that represents the best of the best with SEC right now. And also there's a sense of desperation because we've got a Buckeyes team that has never beat Michigan. And that and the opportunity to play for a national championship, despite having never beaten Michigan, including this year, is something worthy. They had more to lose, and I think it felt like they played. They know what that pressure is, and they didn't want that to define them. So they played. When Ryan Day said it was fired up, he was right. They played with a sense of aggression because they understand what it means for them. I felt like, and so it came down to preparation and execution, and they were looking at the idea that for as hard as we play, as good as we are, as good as we should be. We can never say we beat Michigan, and we never got to play for a national or win a national championship. And we're not going to let a team like Tennessee, who isn't, let's say, they're not the best that the SEC has to offer. So we got to make sure we let them know that. And that's what they did. These people, I tell you what, Tennessee Volunteers fans, they travel very well. We went out to dinner yesterday. They took over the establishment we were at, and I think they took over another bar too. Tennessee Volunteers fans, but it's a real cold trip back down 71. So get ready for that one.
Hey, look, I already told you. So truth be told, I have a cousin that is that went to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
Dating back to 2016.
Yep.
Carson Edwards hitting a 4-point play.
Yep.
To send Admiral Schofield and Grant Williams home.
Yep.
In the NCAA tournament.
Yep.
Then we went and played them in around 2020, maybe 2020 era ish.
Yep.
In football in the Music City Bowl, so in Nashville.
Yep.
Which there were about 5 Purdue fans there.
Yep.
And we beat them there too.
Yep.
And then we played them again at Little Caesars Arena with me there.
Yep.
And we sent Dalton Connect to LA into the draft. And so they do travel well.
Yeah.
All the way home.
Right. And they got more of the same. So, hey, look, man, share my screen real quick. I want to talk about analytics.
Let's do it.
All right. So, what you see on the screen right now is, let's close that. This is a snapshot of our pick'em. Yep. This is a snapshot of our pick'em. All right. So analytics, right? Looking at the numbers and trends and basing the numbers and trends, sort of dictating or strongly suggesting how one should play the game. Now, I'm talking about a pick'em, but I'm understanding how analytics plays a part and why we get what we get from the NBA, right? The analytics suggests that the game is played the way it is, okay? Which is why we have the three-point arc and the paint being pretty much the only 2 spots to really shoot a ball. All right, that's because analytics suggests scoring trends. All right, now how do I relate this to our pick'em? Let me explain something to you. Right now, I've got a pretty comfortable lead to second and third place. That's me, D Gully, 14-21. Pretty comfortable lead to second and third place, right? Right now, okay, since week 16 is still playing, right? I included, with the start of week 16, and even though it's in progress, with week 16, 17, and 18 left, according to our pick'em, it should be about 408 points left to be earned in our league, okay? Based off of analytics, doing the numbers, to clinch victory for me, I only need to get 241 points for the rest of the pick'em league. Between weeks 15, 16, 17, I only need to get 241. If I get to 241, I win. What does that break down to? We'll do the math live. Remember, it's 408 points left. I only need 241 of them. So we'll take 241 divided by 3. Hold on. Equals 241 divided by 3. That means I really just need to get 80 points in weeks 16, 17, and 18 to win the league. That's all I need, okay? There have only been 3 weeks this season when I've scored less than 80 points. There have been quite a few times this season where I was either first or second. What I'm suggesting to you about analytics and how this correlates to analytics is, analytics suggests that I can let off the gas, right? I said I only need 80 points. is 136 available. So what's 36 times? What's 136 minus 80? 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. That's like 50 points. Not quite half, but like 2/3. Point is, I can let off the gas and still win. That means I don't necessarily have to compete as hard. The analytics has told me all of this. Without analytics, I would have been trying to get the most points every week, no matter what. The correlation I'm making is the numbers suggest how a game, the science between how a game is played. Therefore, I don't have to have a vested interest in trying to get as many points as I can. I don't have to have a vested interest in trying to do that in the myriad of ways. I can just do the minimum and win. Analytics will get you to the point of figuring out the minimum that it takes in order to win. So the minimum effort it takes for me to win is to just score 80 points and I win the league.
Right.
Help to correlate that. The minimum amount of shot attempts it takes to win a basketball game is to jack up threes as often as you can or go to the paint as often as you can, and then you'll win the game. Is that entertaining for the fans that are paying their hard-earned money to watch this game, or paying for season ticket packages, or paying for NBA League Pass, or paying for YouTube TV, or paying for any other way that they pay in order to watch these professionals play the game? Right? We don't pay for the analytics. The analytics isn't why we watch. Analytics isn't why we are beloved. The analytics doesn't. Get what I'm saying? So
100%. That's actually a great way of looking at it.
Yes, this is what analytics does to us, and this is why we got to figure something out other than that. And I have a theory for how we can solve the 3-point. I think I got a solution for the 3-point.
Well, then let's hear it now, because we can't stop your train rolling right now.
No. We're gonna put that in the special. All right, I'm gonna tell you what. Ready? We're gonna get this, and we're gonna get this out of here. All right, look.
Yep.
Here's how we solve the 3-point issue in the NBA. Dan Patrick suggested that you limit the number of attempts. And I think that, you don't hand them out like timeouts, nothing like that, no. But what I think you do is you activate the 3-point line. What do I mean by activate? All right. 3-point line is there. Okay. But what you do is to activate it, first of all, the first 90 seconds, the middle 90 seconds, and the last 2 minutes of each quarter, the 3-point line is active. So any shot made from behind the arc goes in, is worth 3 points, right? Between those times, you can activate the 3-point line the same way you used to activate being on fire when you played NBA Jam. If your team makes 3 or more consecutive baskets, if that third basket and everyone thereafter is made from behind the 3-point line, it'll be worth 3 points. And you continue to get 3 points until for any shot made behind the arc until you miss a shot or the opposition makes one. In that case, then you got to warm it up again. Then you got to go on fire. So the 3-point line is always potentially in play, but you have to activate it or unlock it based off of playing more of the areas of the court by making more shots and moving inside or out, or perhaps taking easier open looks. So if the mid-range 2 is open, take the shot, because you can warm up and activate the 3-point line, step back 2 feet, and then you can make a 3-point shot unless you want to make a long range 2. That's how you do it. Activate the 3-point line. You let me know what y'all think.
Interesting. That's some look. That is a lot to kind of digest into, especially. But I like where you're going with that. It'd be interesting to see if Barbershop Jay, how much he would make out of that.
For sure.
Especially with this eye test, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Would it translate to his eye test?
I'm thinking that it would, because we know that we know that players want to get there, but they can, but under no capacity can they stay there. You see what I'm saying? You can't stay, no matter what. In the scenario that I propose, you can't stay at the 3-point line. Well, you would be a fool to stay at the 3-point line. But we'll see. Hey, let's get to wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, we got a few comments here.
Yeah. I don't know how to say that. Is it Kyoko?
Yep. Thanks for checking in. Oh, non-PPR. Would
you bench Kendra Miller for Jay Myers, Jay Addison, or Shakir?
Okay, so was not. Bear with me because I have to switch everything up when it's non-PPR. So I have totally different rankings. And we're going wide receiver again, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Let's hear it is.
Well, no, this is a flex. Or maybe a flex. I don't know, because you got Kendrick Miller.
Yep, running back for the Saints. But Jacoby Myers. It sounds like Aiden O'Connell's playing. So right away, like I already start leaning Jacoby Myers, but if I remember correctly, man, Addison, here's the thing. So Addison's actually had like, I want to say 3 consecutive good weeks. But again, we're talking the weather thing, right? That's where the concern comes in is, look, sprinkling.
Yeah, Addison been eating good.
Wind.
He's been eating good. But now we say non-PPR though.
Oh, good point.
So despite that, I mean, he had 63 yards last week versus Chicago. The week before that, the boy had 133 and 3 touchdowns. So, and then the week before that, he had 54 yards.
All right. So I have Addison at wide receiver 24 in a standard setting. And then he had mentioned Shakir. I mentioned, I think it's at wide receiver 30 for me. And so that's 2 of
Where's
them.
New England?
Yeah, but they've Josh Allen, what he's been able to do on the ground has offset a lot. Like what he's doing individually, and they're trying to get him the MVP.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if they can run up the score, that's where it benefits everybody, at least in this case.
Yeah.
Not me, because I'm playing against him. So, like, again, dude, like if I really lose this year and it was from like Lamar going for 47, and I have Lamar Jackson. Like, of course he did 23. Remember you heard me go off on Monday and I'm like, you better not do nothing this week. He didn't do it. It wasn't nothing, but it certainly could have been better, especially going against. Yeah.
This week?
Yeah, just today.
And they won versus they doubled up on Pittsburgh?
Yeah, he had like 23. It wasn't a terrible game.
Really?
23. And
considering the score, I thought he did. I thought he was more productive than you're suggesting.
Yeah, the air yards weren't there.
Okay. So, all right. So, Kendra Miller. So, given his choices.
All right. And then Jordan Addison. Or no, it was Jacoby Myers is the other one. Versus Jacksonville, who all of a sudden has been stopping and stymieing everybody. That's the part that's been troublesome. So I want to look at that one specifically.
Maybe Shakir. Ignacio, we're going to get to your question in a minute.
Oops.
Yeah, give us just a moment, Ignacio. We got you. We're going to get to your question in a minute.
All right. So Devontae Adams just torched. Wait, this can't be right. Yeah, versus the Jags. And then The Titans didn't do anything. Nico Collins had 119 yards against the Jags. Okay, now I'm getting encouraged by the number one receiver. Right? Devontae Adams almost had 200 yards last week.
Wow.
Against the Jags. I think I watched that Tennessee game just too closely.
Yeah.
But, you know what it was? Now I know why I was a sourpuss when it came to the Houston game. I had taken Tank Dell's number. And he had only caught one ball, remember?
Yeah.
That's why I was upset. He threw to Nico Collins the entire game. And it looks like there's a reason for it. Oh, yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 160 yards. Even Justin Jefferson only had 48. But and A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith had 87 and a touchdown. And this is all standard. So I don't know. They've been really hit and miss. Is there somebody missing in their secondary?
For who?
That's for the Jags.
Possibly.
Something happened. Like they weren't terrible in the air. And I knew running backs do really well against the Jags specifically, but it looks like the number one receivers of late have been just having days.
Yeah.
So that's where the recency bias for me would go. Jacoby Myers if Aiden O'Connell's the quarterback. If not,
hey man, instinct is calling out to me, man. Go with Shakir.
You're going Shakir.
Yeah. Buffalo at New England. Buffalo versus New England.
All right, let's see. Bear with me. Let's see.
All right, we got a couple other ones that came in. Jacob and Jason, we see your comments here. We're going to get you here as soon as we can. Just want to let you know we noticed you guys in the queue. We're going to get right to you.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. But for me, I'm going for the home run ball.
So you going with Myers?
Yeah.
And not Addison?
Yep.
All right, so okay, so
we go to see
Kyoko, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, we agree. Bench Miller. I suggest Shakir. Double J is more strongly, emphatically suggesting Myers. We're not even giving consideration to Addison, but we'll go with Myers. So so bench Miller and go with Myers. We're gonna stand on that. All right. Cool. Hopefully that works out. We suggested it, so it should work out for you, but let us know. Let us know.
Aaron Jones, Patrick Taylor, Bucky Irving.
Bucky. Here we go, my guy, Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky has been injured and has still gone off. Against the Cowboys, who have actually have allowed plenty of points, I would say. Like I could, even with the pass catching, I'm all good. I'm clear. I would say go for it. Double checking though. Aaron Jones
at Seattle, Bucky Irving at Dallas.
I feel like Aaron Jones, though, he's got 3. Well, here's the thing. If it's raining, it favors Aaron Jones.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because, again, that's the Minnesota running back, Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
So Seattle's allowed the 7th most rushing yards and the 10th most fantasy points per game for running backs. So even though he would be somewhere in like I would say RB 15, 16 range.
Yep.
He still wouldn't be a bad start. It would actually be more favorable. given that they may not be able to chuck the ball down the field. The only thing you may not get with Aaron Jones is the touchdowns.
Got you.
So let's see. Double checking here on the running back side. This one should be pretty straightforward.
All right.
I got Bucky at RB20. And Miller at 16. They're on Monday night, aren't they? Or Sunday night? What time is that game at? I have them at 15. There we go. Yeah, not a bad matchup. I got them. Yeah, it's kind of right in the middle for me. So I don't see any reason he would have a bad game in the rain. All right, and then if Zach Ertz is cleared and plays tomorrow, would you play him or just roll with Brenton Strange in a PPR? Ooh. All right, let's take a look here. Trying to see the Eagles versus the tight end position. So far, not so good.
Okay. Hey, so what did you say for Ignacio?
I was just leaning towards Aaron Jones as the safer play. But here we go for Jacob.
Hey, man, I'm thinking about Bucky, bro.
Well, that's the thing. So I don't have any Aaron Jones shares, but it's not a terrible matchup for him. But again, I don't like Patrick Taylor at all against Miami. I would either go Aaron Jones or Bucky Irving. I would have to see the data on Dallas against the run. I didn't have it up. But
all right, I'll tell you what, though. Last week versus the Chargers, he went for 117. Didn't have a touchdown. Went for 117. And Ignacio, you didn't let us know if it was a PPR or not.
Yeah, play Bucky, dude.
Yeah.
Bucky hasn't let us down all year. I'm not I ain't going.
Yeah.
I ain't getting off that train. Just play Bucky Irving. If he drops it again, he'll be in my lineup as well. And so you'll know I lost too.
All right. Jacob, he said if Ertz is cleared and plays tomorrow, would you play him or just roll with Brenton Strange?
So I do. Here's the thing: recency bias, right? So Brenton Strange is going to get targets, but don't expect the week that he had last week. I think he's going to be a chalky DFS play too for those out there. But I'm looking at the numbers. Check these numbers out for the Eagles versus the tight end. I mean, Gesicki went for 7 for 73. Evan Ingram, when they played, went for 5 for 45. Jake Ferguson, 4 for 24. Ertz did have 46 for 47 and a touchdown against them the first go around in week 11.
Yeah. And that was at Philadelphia.
Correct. And if you remember that slot funnel that I was talking about that Philly runs. So look at Mark Andrews, 6 for 67 and a touchdown. Also, likely, of course, caught a touchdown against them. Even Tommy Tremble caught a touchdown against them, but he didn't really do much else. Freiermuth had 22 yards and a tutty also. Not a bad play from my point of view, but let's see. Brenton Strange. Oh, against the Raiders. Man, this dude had 11 targets last week.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. You know, who else are they going to throw to besides Brian Robinson or Thomas, whatever? He's.
Yeah.
It's tougher than it sounds.
If Ertz is cleared and played tomorrow, would you play or just roll with? Now, see, Brenton Strange is also. I've got information that suggests he's questionable.
Oh, wait a minute.
So he's got injury concerns as well. Now his stock is rising. He's questionable with a shoulder injury. And Ertz is concussion protocol. Versus Philadelphia. You saying Philadelphia teams are having success at the tight end versus Philadelphia. Right? That would you
right.
Okay, teams are successful at the tight end versus Philly. Okay, so Ertz, if he clears. I'm saying Strange. Dr. Strange. Wait a minute. Jacob got he commented again. He's not questionable. He's been cleared and doesn't have an injury designation. Okay. He cleared concussion protocol.
Brenton Strange at tight end 15. And of course, when I made this, I did not have Zach Ertz playing at that point in time because the closest wide receiver I had was at the backup at 28. So looking at the Raiders versus the tight ends, they actually have been pretty stout against them until Kelsey went for 90 and a touchdown. Then Mike Gesicki went for 102 touchdowns. And then Jonnu Smith followed that up with 102 tutties. And then Kelsey again went for 68, but no touchdown. Cade Otton had 70 against him, but Kyle Pitts did absolutely nothing. You know what, though? I think they're going to have no choice. They're going to have to force the ball. So give me, like you said, Dr. Strange.
All right, Brenton Strange. We're going to go with that one. All right, thanks, Jacob. Let's get to Jason real quick. Start one, MHJ. I already know. Well, my answer is McMillan. Yeah. Recognizing they're going against Philly, I like McMillan. Another Washington. I'm going with Washington. I know they're going up against Philly.
Wait. Let's see. Harrison, no. Tracy, no. The Bears versus the tight end. I just don't know if I like the Lions.
Well, we got Adam Thielen versus Arizona, though.
Right. That might be who we roll with here. Here we go.
Yeah, and make sure, too, when you guys have your questions for us, data is everything, right? Even though I just ripped apart analytics in one instance. PPR versus non-PPR does affect it, right? Because guys who may not reach the end zone, they might end up with 66 yards, but off 66 yards, of course, off of 8 attempts versus 50 yards off of one touch. it's a difference, and it's a difference for you guys. So, like Jelly of the Month, he got it. We're gonna get you next.
All right. JSN had a good game.
Oh, by the way, Jacob, I see
Jefferson
your comment.
went for 99.
Hold on, real quick. Jacob, I see your comment, and now that you provided more clarity, you were saying that the questionable was about when you mentioned that it was about Strange, not Ertz. So we talked about when he mentioned about Strange not being questionable, and he's clearly doesn't have injury designation. That was about Strange. So that being said, I don't even have to readdress it. Yeah, Strange is definitely the pick in that case. All right. He's already starting Kittle, Laporta. He got MHJ, Thielen, McMillan, Tracy, or Laporta. Start one.
Hello. All right, we got Doc checking in.
Hey,
what's up?
Yo, not much, man. Had a couple things I had to handle before I could hop in the stream, but I'm here now. How y'all doing?
Yo, hey man, they're coming in fast and furious right now. Glad you joined us. As you see here, Jason's asking start one: Harrison Jr., Thielen, McMillan, Tracy, who cost me the game and is splitting time again, so he is absolutely out. Or Laporta, he's already playing Kittle. My guess this is for the flex position. Yes, sir. For me, I'm leaning Thielen on this one.
Yeah, because there's no sense in starting two tight ends, so I will go either Thielen or Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy let me down again that time.
Are you not McMillan? I'm surprised.
Nah.
I'm tripping. McMillan. I'm tripping. I said something earlier. I read that as McLaurin. My bad.
We're not talking about McLaurin. We're not talking about Scary Terry.
Yeah.
This ain't late.
I read. Oh man.
This is we got Terry at home. This ain't the one you looking for. Yeah. I can't start Marvin Harrison Jr. Him and Kyler Murray are they too inconsistent, man. Like they'll have a great game and then it'll take 3 or 4 games before they have another good game. So I mean, if you're in the playoffs, which I'm assuming everybody is because it's playoff season, and you want to make that push, I go. If I'm you, Jason, I go Thielen for sure. Thielen or Tracy. It just depends on who you feel is more important to you.
Again, they're talking about Jalen McMillan, of course, from Tampa. He's came on of late. He only played 64% of the snaps last week. Again, against Dallas, we did, T. Higgins got shut down. So,
but again, this is the playoffs. Can you afford 60% of the snaps and no points, or can you afford that?
Bingo! Give me Adam Thielen. Thank you.
Because Adam Thielen is out there every play.
Yeah.
I'll take the odds of 80 over 60 for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we got Jacob asking in a full PPR, Ramondre or Travis Etienne?
Who does Jacksonville play? That's the question, because that's going to
Las Vegas. They got the Raiders.
Oh,
at Las Vegas.
Yeah. And who does Ramondre play?
Buffalo.
Eesh.
I think that's at Buffalo.
Tough.
Yeah, they're at Buffalo.
Both games are tough.
Yeah.
I like ETN. I've always been a huge fan of ETN outside of injuries. As long as he's not injured, I'll go ETN. Like, he's going to get his points no matter who they play. Like, it might not be a whole lot of points, but he'll get you something.
Yeah, lastly, go ahead.
I don't see Ramondre having that great of a game versus the Buffalo Bills. That is a very tough defense. I'll take my chances over Vegas' defense before I did over the Bills' defense.
Man, I don't know, bro.
I will, bro, because Crosby out, cuz.
Oh.
Uh-oh, what happened? He out too. What happened?
Oh no.
What happened? We about to be out here soon, bro. It's already
I know, you're not kidding. ETN had 18 touches in total last game. against the Jags, or I'm sorry, against the Jets rather.
You said 18 touches?
Yeah,
because
14.
between I gotta look at his receiving yards too. So he had great utility because he had 65 on the ground and then 20 in the air.
You got it. Yep.
Sorry about that, guy. I'm technical difficulties.
Right.
You guys froze and then I just dropped out. I don't know what happened there. But I'm going ETN for sure. ETN over Ramondre. Like I said, with Crosby being out, the threat of rushing is the defense is going to stop you from getting those rush yards. It's not as high. You don't have anybody coming off that edge that's going to potentially stop your run game. So I'm taking my chances with ETN for sure. If he's not running out the backfield, he's catching out the backfield.
Yeah, and looking at, let's see if I have anything on these games. Not on any of those in particular, but then we're going running back. I have Ramondre RB21. And I have Tank Bigsby at 32, but where is...
I mean, with ETN is back and healthy, Tank Bigsby's production has dropped vastly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have ETN at...
But with Tank having himself the season he's having, if he comes back next year and has another great season, I see Jacksonville using him for trade ammo. Because he's not a bad running back, and everybody needs a good running back. So if I'm Jacksonville, I keep him for one more year, and then that next year I'm using him for trade value.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
For sure. Get what you can for that guy. You know who I am going to draft first round next year, and everybody take note of this? Jonte Ashton. I'm taking him next year.
Really?
I don't care. He's
that early?
He's that. I'm taking him in the first round. I ain't taking him number one, but I'm taking him in the first round. For sure. I'm taking him in the first round. He ain't going to be number one, but he might be number 2 or 3. I'm not going to lie. Like he's that dynamic and that dominant in college. I hardly see him dropping off when it comes to the NFL. I really do.
Yeah, Jacob, give me Strange on that.
His college numbers are way too close to Barry Sanders to not take a risk on him.
I don't know about first round though, dude.
I'm taking him first round, bro. That's one running back.
Hey, well, when we put a listener league together and we got us 3, I know Miss Zay will be in this thing. We'll probably be able to get Givey in there, so we probably can at least get an 8-teamer going.
Yeah.
And of course, as that nears next year, we'll put something together. With just shoot an email to the shop email. We'll get everybody
the shop
locked and loaded.
Football league. Oh yeah.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Let's do that.
Yo, so I'm about to get put out the first round of the playoffs.
What happened?
How?
Injuries, bro. Injuries. And then with me working third shift, not paying no attention to my lineup, I didn't start taking people out until it was too late. So it's like I'm not even gonna worry about it.
Hey, did you hear
I got
about
3 people hurt right now, and I didn't take none of them out, and I didn't pay attention to it until 2 days ago. Like, oh snap! I didn't bench nobody. I got a bunch of doubtfuls and outs on my lineup right now.
Hey, it's this real circulating. I guess in this one fantasy football league, these 2 teams were in a battle, I guess, for playoff positioning. What they did, they each cleared their roster and benched everybody. So they have zero guys playing. Both teams. And in doing so, it will force a tie that would then keep them in the play, that would then put them in the playoffs. But there's a team behind them that was basically it can't get in now because both of these teams are going to tie.
They formed a gentleman's agreement, colluded with each other in order
Final
to get
2.
to the
Yep.
I'd be sick. If you guys do that to me, just know there would be
consequences and
burned forever.
Hey, if you watch Big Brother, they kind of made a final They kind of made a final 2 agreement. It's like, here, you help me, I help you, type of deal.
How do you guys feel about that? Honestly,
That's an
funny
I
when it
don't
ain't
like
me. You know what I'm saying? It's funny until it ain't
It's
me.
funny until it's you, but I don't agree with that, man. Like I get it, you would both want your homies to get in, but what about the person that actually is like fighting to get there, that
That's
deserves
what
to
I
be
said.
there?
That's
You
what I'm
gonna
saying.
keep them out because you scared you're gonna lose to this person that's behind y'all? Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
We got Jelly of the Month tapping in. Atlanta defense versus the Giants or Minnesota versus the Seahawks. Give me the
Atlanta versus the Giants.
Bro, the Giants are cheeks.
They're a crap show.
Yeah.
I do have Minnesota's defense ranked better than them. However, I just know
It's the Giants, bro.
Yeah, the Giants have been
It's the Giants, bro.
Okay.
At this point, I think they're tanking for Shador.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they just got rid of Daniel Jones. You got to have a quarterback because let's be honest. As much as I love Tommy DeVito, I wish I could see me doing the emoji right now. As much as I love Tommy DeVito, he's not it. Okay, they got rid of Daniel Jones way too early. And I get why they got rid of him. They have plans on grabbing Shador unless Vegas trades up and gets that number 1 pick, which I highly doubt the Giants are willing to give up because they need a quarterback way worse than the Vegas Raiders do.
So here's the thing. I'm looking at Gully's rankings right now too, and he's got Atlanta at 2. I don't disagree with that at all. Actually, he has a flip flop where he has Minnesota at 4, but I agree with it in this case. Simply put, that quarterback that they're putting in, dude, is just terrible.
Yeah,
and Tommy DeVito's not bad. He just don't have nobody. Like, who is he gonna throw to other than neighbors? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Oh yeah, we got a new subscriber here. That's Pink Glitter Forever.
Like, who is this running back? What's
What
up?
up?
Hey, that's actually that's my daughter, man.
Oh, good looking.
Oh, well, hello
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Little
yeah.
Sleepy G, how you doing?
Nah, man.
Are we? Oh, Jelly's asking half-point PPR. Tracy, get him out of there. No, not happening.
Half-point PPR?
No, I will not let anybody else suffer and lose. Look, he went to Purdue too, right? So if I'm telling you no, that is both head and heart agreeing. Absolutely not. I won't let you guys lose.
In this case, by process of elimination, I will go Patrick Taylor.
Yeah. Because we had someone also asked about one of the recommendations with Kendra Miller, and I went against Miller. I went against Miller then. I don't think the scenario is the same.
Yeah, I thought we
at Green Bay, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought we had mentioned before with Green Bay's defense against the running backs.
Yep.
Let's see.
Oh, man.
Let's see.
I'm going to Patrick Taylor at the end of the day. Because who is Kendra Miller? Like, who is that? Like, where'd you come from? Whose bench did you come off of? What college did you play for? How many minutes this season did you get? Like, how'd you end up on that person's roster? I have so many questions.
Oh man, I was leaning Taylor too. Thankfully, I set Pacheco. Yeah,
good look. Yeah, absolutely, man. Oh my gosh, so that's the thing. You know,
Can't find my life. Oh no.
Let's see. Could play Jaden Reed, but burned me twice this season.
Yeah, be careful with that one.
Well, they're versus Minnesota versus New Orleans. He burned you twice. I'm trying to figure out when he probably versus Houston. He probably got burnt, and then Detroit. I'm guessing those two.
Yeah, because Detroit wasn't messing
So,
around.
we already. I thought we already answered that one.
Yeah, but I wanted Doc's opinion on this one.
What?
Non-PPR, would you bench Miller for Jacoby Myers, Jordan Addison, or Shakir? This is flex spot.
This is the non-touchdown dependent one, right?
I would argue it's the very touchdown dependent one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I'm going either Addison or Myers because those are two red zone targets and deep threat targets that could potentially get you in the end zone way faster than Kendre Miller or Shakir could.
You know what? I'm so glad he said that. Hang on. I'm pulling up the red zone targets right now with this.
Like I said, I'm not saying I don't. Who is Kendre Miller? Like what?
He's the backup. Yeah, the RB for the Saints since.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you.
Here's your guy. Look, here's the data right here on the running back side. If you guys really wanted to see red zone inside the 20, inside the 10, inside
Don't
the
worry
5
about
for
Miller.
running backs.
Don't worry about Miller. It's a non-PPR, very touchdown dependent. Either go Myers or Addison.
And then the thing is when somebody was mentioning Ertz earlier, he is outside of Kelsey, he was leading the tight ends. So in red zone targets, Kelsey's at 20, Kittle 16, McBride 16, Ertz 15. So obviously Brenton Strange was never going to be up there because he hasn't played in enough games. But then red zone attempts per game, switch that just so we can kind of gauge how many times the teams are going to be there. So we talked about Buffalo, right? You just said it yourself a moment ago, Doc. There you go. Again, this is updated as of this week. The Lions, we talked about them a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Washington was another team. And as far as the teams that he was looking for,
Vegas is at the bottom. With me seeing Vegas at the bottom, I'm leaning more towards Addison now.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards Addison now.
Where's Minnesota at 10?
Yeah, that's why I said you have great chances at 10 because you got Justin Jefferson that'll either get you there or get you in. Then you got Addison that's going to take it there when Jefferson is covered. So, I mean, either way it go, you're not losing out by starting Addison.
Oh, see, that's different from what I thought. I said Myers.
But look at that, like we're looking at the red zone percentage, like is Myers really going to get you that many touchdowns? Like Myers the type that'll get you there, but then they're going to give it to their running back to get him in. Myers isn't like a red zone target. Like he is, but he ain't, if you get what I'm saying.
I know, I get you.
It comes down to who they have on it. It just depends on the package they're running. If it's a single backfield, I go Myers. But if they got, full back in the back or they run a wildcat or anything like that, Myers is obviously not going to be your top tier choice here.
Hey, Gully, if I'm going to email you this. Can you open the whole thing?
I'm ready.
All right.
WYM.
Okay.
What you mean? Yeah, I go Addison. Go Addison. I'm good to go Addison. I'm pulling up Shakir's stats to see if he's even worth mentioning right now. Because he's not bad, but he's not an Addison or a Myers.
Yeah, check. I just sent it.
All right.
Because that has the full list of what I just had up a second ago. Because all I have right now in this image is, in this one.
Bo Nix put up 50 points this week in fantasy? Wow.
On somebody's bench that I'm playing. I know they are going to.
Yeah, he on my bench right now. I am upset. He's on my bench.
I'm telling you right now, I knew he was going to have a day, and I just was like, don't make any changes. Don't make any changes.
Well, you see the situation I'm faced with. I was going to start him, but I got Tua, and he's playing San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it's San Francisco, bro. They are not the San Francisco we know and love this year.
Right.
I don't know, dude.
They're not, bro. They're not.
Oh, we got Dylan tapping in too.
Oh, snap. You know what I'm looking at? The Bills play New England, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put Shakir in there because the New England Patriots defense is atrocious.
See, and that's what Gully, isn't that what you were saying?
Oh yeah, that defense is atrocious. Yeah, I'm going Shakir. I had to look up who they were playing.
That was my first thought was
Shakir all the way. That defense is atrocious. I didn't know who they were playing when I gave up my first statement, but I don't know who they playing. Forget Myers and Addison. I'm going Shakir.
Did you get that sheet up?
No.
Did I send it?
Did you send it? This
playoffs full PPR different leagues.
Did you get it, Doc? I thought I CC'd both of you guys.
Let me see here.
He hitting us with everything. Full PPR different leagues. Lost AK Garendo. Start 1 RB 1 flex. Abdullah, Madison, Spears, and Dunze Strange. 1 TE Henry Strange. 1 RB 1 TE. K9 Ford Ertz Okonkwo. All right, man. You hit us. Okay. I like it.
Whoa.
Dylan hit us with it.
Hey, Dylan was like, I'm gonna get one question in, but I'm gonna get it all in there.
Yo, he was
wow.
I appreciate
it. With the purple heart.
I'm putting Madison at my RB1. I like Abdullah, but he's like I said, he's a former Detroit Lion, but he's very inconsistent.
Okay.
So would this be in the playoffs? I don't trust inconsistency. Madison, he's proven time and time again he's going to get you points. It may not be a whole lot, but I'm taking Madison's points over Spears' points. Adunze has only proven that he's a great wide receiver 2 or 3 times this year, so I wouldn't even look his way.
So then we'll go with Adunze. At Madison and Strange?
I'm going Madison and Strange. No, yeah, Madison and Strange. And tight end, I will go Henry.
Against Buffalo?
Heck yeah, why not? If you're gonna have Strange in your flex, why not start Henry at your tight end spot?
Or run Strange at your TE. You don't like anybody else in that.
Henry. I don't like Strange. Maybe I'm being biased. I just don't like Strange. I don't know what it is. I just don't like Strange. I don't like the way he play. I don't like the way he run routes. I don't like the way he block. I just don't like Strange.
Okay, so then why have him in that all?
Because that's all he got, honestly. I mean,
so you, as much as you don't like Strange, he's better than
I'm going off of what he has. Yeah, I'm going off of what he has put in front of me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Ravens fan there. Hey, man.
Drop the purple heart. Yeah.
Crab cakes from the Inner Harbor for your man. By all means, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, I'm going off of what he has sitting in front of me. Like, I wouldn't have Strange on my team, but since you do have Strange on your team, I mean, obviously you should use him. You know, I wouldn't. Like I said, that's just me. I just don't like Strange. I don't know why. I just, like I said, I don't like his route.
Sound like a hater.
Blocking. I'm not. I just don't like his route running. I don't like his blocking.
I don't like the way you run. I hate the way you dress. I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you say.
My DMX voice. Like I just don't know what it is, bro.
It was turned into a 90s movie. The 10 Things I Hate About You.
Strange is one of those. I was going more DMX, but Strange is just one of those players I just can't get with, bro. I don't know what it is about Strange. I just really don't like the way he plays.
Well, all right. Well, we've already given someone a suggestion to play him.
Yeah, would you play? Hang on. It was just to quickly cover that one. It was Strange or Zach Ertz if he plays. He may not play. He has not been.
Well, no, just keep Strange there for just in case, because it's the playoffs. I don't have time for iffies. Like iffies have proven time and time again all season. Those game time decisions, you're not about to do nothing because that means your practice all week has been limited, or you ain't been practicing at all. So I know good and heck well you're not going to be in no position or any kind of shape to provide the points I need you to provide when it comes Sunday. I'm not wasting. I'm not wasting no time on Ertz. None. Like, how much did he practice this week? Because why is he still a game time decision? Like,
right.
I can't trust that. I can't trust that. Even if you do decide, hey, I'm feeling okay, I'm gonna suit up. that first hit you take or that first block you throw might re-aggravate that injury. We being real here. It's the playoffs. You can't afford that. Not if you want to move on to the next round. So safe-wise, I would just keep Ertz on the bench. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. If he was healthy, I would start Ertz. But he's not healthy, so keep him on the bench where he belongs.
Yeah, again, we definitely agreed on that one for that very same reason. I thought he had already been cleared and he was able to he scored against them the first go around. Strange for me had the 12 targets. Looking at my rankings, that's what I'm trying to pull up here. Got so many things open. We're going tight end and let's see. Oh yeah, man. Hunter Henry. I'm going down a ways. I got Austin Hooper ahead of Hunter Henry.
Oh, really?
Oh no, I got Hunter Henry at 10. My bad. I got Hunter Henry.
I was about to say, hold on, bro. Wait a minute. Henry ain't that bad.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
I was about to say, hold on. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong fantasy here. But, maybe you know some insiders that I don't. I don't know. Let me figure it out.
I mean, what scares me is lately Buffalo against. Laporta went off against Buffalo, but everybody else, like Colby Parkinson, 1 for 11. George Kittle, 1 for 7. Travis Kelce, 2 for 8.
You want me to tell you what? Offensive coordinators matter. Listen to who you said went off. Let's look at who our offensive coordinator is. One of the most unorthodox offensive coordinators you'll ever find in the league. We got linemen running, catching, passing, and throwing catches. You know what I mean? Like, Of course Sam Laporta is going to go off because he's in the system where they use anybody to do anything. You know what I mean? He's not just a tight end. He can be a running back this play, a wide receiver the next play.
Right. Well, and again, hopefully.
You never know.
Yeah. So for me, I'm a little torn on this one, but I'll go Hunter Henry on. Dude, they've given up one. No, I'm sorry. Outside of Noah Gray scoring 2 touchdowns, they've given up 1 to the tight end position the entire year. And it was coincidentally to Strange. Out of all people in the world, that was who the Buffalo Bills have given up a touchdown to. That's wild to me. Otherwise, everybody else has done. They're getting around. These are brutal fantasy points. 3, 5. Yeah, I mean, again, unless it's a PPR, which did he? Yeah, he said full PPR. So I got him at tight end 10 for a reason. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll let you guys pick that one. As far as the running back goes, Amir Abdullah, everybody's done well on the ground against Jacksonville. So I don't hate that one.
But is Abdullah really going to perform? Like I said, he's wishy-washy, bro. I know it's just Jacksonville, but it's also just Abdullah. Like, is he going to come through this game, or is he going to have another one of those?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. See, I thought because remember, you got Madison and Abdullah on the same team.
And Madison is taking a majority of those of those carries.
Well, see, I thought with Sincere McCormick going on IR that it was just going to be Amir Abdullah. Oh, bro. Oh, man, I can't pick one of those two. They're going to both touch the ball.
But Madison's going to get the majority of the touches.
I
don't like Spears, though. I don't like Spears.
But Tony Pollard's going to be out.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, if that's the case, I'd rather go with the one who's not splitting carries and go Spears then. I thought Tony Pollard was starting. I didn't know he was out.
He couldn't run to save his life last week, though.
Who, Spears?
Yeah. He played 56% of the snaps, 4 for 5 yards.
But this goes back to what I was talking about, inconsistency. If we're going to do that, we might as well put him in the same boat as Abdullah. So by process of elimination, Madison is really the better choice here. He's going to get a majority of the carries, and he's going to do more with it.
If he does, that's the thing. Tajay Spears isn't going to share it with anybody if Pollard's out. So here's the thing.
But it's
Spears had 2 touchdowns last week against Cincinnati. He had 6 catches, because again, this PPR matters. 6 catches for 87 yards.
Whoa.
So he ended up with 32 fantasy points.
Well, with Pollard being out, that just means everything coming his way. All the touches out the backfield, the check downs, he's getting all of that.
Oh my gosh. Now, as of 44 minutes ago, Tony Pollard's expected to play. Hey, get him. Nope, I can't even do it, dude.
But hear me out.
Okay.
Remember, let's look at his participation in practice this week before we start to overreact to this announcement.
There's got to be somebody better out there, bro.
That's what he got. So we got to use what he got, bro. It's obvious he didn't hit the waiver wire, and if he did, it must not be nobody else there because that's what he got. So we're gonna work with what he got.
Right.
We're gonna work with what he got. So look at Tony Pollard. I'm gonna look up Tony Pollard's practice participation and all that kind of stuff right now. Just give me 1 second to pull that up, then I'll give you a pick on who I think you should go ahead and roll with.
He didn't practice any this week.
Oh no, bro! I'm stuck
at all this week.
What at all this week? Spears is your best option because Tony Pollard gonna get in there. They're gonna blow their breath on him. He gonna be right back on the bench. Like, he ain't played all week. He ain't gonna be able to run a lick. No, I'm sorry, Double J. I'm between Spears and Madison. You the numbers guy, so go ahead and crunch the numbers on that, and then let me know who you think out of Madison and Spears, because that's the best 2 options right there.
It looked to me like Spears guy.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Spears would be the one.
Yeah, because he's not sharing the backfield. Even if Tony Pollard does play, he's still gonna get a majority of those touches. Like,
wait. Hold on.
Who are they playing? Is the question. Tennessee. Who is Tennessee playing? That's the question.
At the Colts.
Yeah.
Oh, they playing the Colts. And you said Vegas is playing Jacksonville.
No, give me pick one of the Vegas guys, because Jacksonville has given up like 100 yards to like every running back.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll confirm that really quickly, but I'm almost positive.
Madison, bro. I am hurt, bro. Like, I didn't put nobody that was injured on the bench. Nobody.
Jacobs 126, Saquon 159, Aaron Jones 88, Montgomery 75, Mixon 101, Pollard 102, and then Breece Hall didn't do anything, but that's the Jets too. Oof. I'll give you guys the final say on this one. I've never been more stymied in my life. Usually there's somebody there that's
Madison Spears, Strange at
this
T.
was a toughie. I like this one. This is a toughie.
Yeah, Madison Spears, Strange at TE. RB1 TE. K9 or Ford. Ertz or Kungo.
Well,
no, I'll play Kenneth Walker on that one. That was easy.
Yeah, for sure, Kenneth Walker.
All right.
But hold up. Let's go back here. Kenneth Walker. Let's look. How much did he practice this week? Because he's been questionable for a minute too.
Oh man.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm big.
He's good.
He's been a full participant all week. Because if not,
not all week since Thursday. He didn't practice on Wednesday, but he practiced Thursday and Friday.
Well, and he was off Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know about Monday, Tuesday, but he practiced Thursday, Friday, full go.
Okay, well, Hey, you can't go wrong, Kenny Walker. I'm starting him, so I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking smack.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and start Walker. Derrick Henry got me 20 points today.
We got Ertz, who again is leaning towards a game time decision, or Chig Okonkwo from the Titans again as well.
I'm not trusting a game time decision. I'm going Chick.
They're getting chicky with it.
Yeah, we getting.
No, we're not. No, we're not
yes,
doing
we
that.
are.
We're not doing that. No, we absolutely are not.
Yes, we are. we going chicky.
All right.
You know, I'm just gonna say this now. If he ends up scoring a touchdown tomorrow, and then on some other fantasy shows nationally or something, you start hearing them using that background music, because I can already, see that occurring. Just know where they got their flow from. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right.
Not getting chicky with it. I can see that. I can see it happen. I can see chicky get going off, and then I'll get chicky with it. I can see it. I can see it. Let's market it. Let's do it. But no, to answer his question though, real talk, I'm gonna go ahead and go Okonkwo.
Okay. You gonna go Okonkwo?
Yeah, for sure.
Got him at tight end 16. And just want to see how the tight ends have done versus the Colts, who have been terrible as a secondary all season. But who knows? Maybe. Wait a minute. The Colts have one of the worst. Because I remember Dawson Knox was supposed to have a good game against them. Colts have given up quite a few touchdowns to the tight end position as well. These guys haven't really lit up the board. Like, for example, Austin Hooper, who I brought up, had 42 yards and a tutty. Hunter Henry at 75 yards. But then guys like, I guess it depends on the system, right? Because Sam Laporta didn't do much against the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets did. One of their tight ends scored a touchdown, but Dawson Knox.
That was probably like garbage time touchdown.
Yeah, I mean,
garbage time touchdowns do matter for fantasy, so I mean, it's a win.
That's the thing. If you have a half decent tight end, it looks like they produce against these guys. When they played them the first time, they didn't do very much, but it depends who the quarterback is. Right? Like, that's another thing. Tennessee switched their quarterback, and
Okonkwo how's that working out for him?
Well, that's the thing. He had 10 total targets and got 8 balls for almost 60 yards. So he at least, in this, he would have gotten, roughly 14 points. Yeah. That's about all you can ask for.
It's the playoffs. Anything over 10 matters.
Yeah, I would say because he referenced PPR and Ertz likely not playing.
You gotta go Okonkwo.
Yeah, that one you got to just live with the results at that point.
So even if Ertz do decide to play, like you ain't did nothing all week, my boy. You still hurt. Like you forcing yourself to play because you trying to get yourself into the playoffs. Like you want to be tough for the team to get that playoff push. But at the end of the day, maybe you should sit out this game and then come back to the next game ready to play.
Well, we got them together, Dylan. We got you together.
Yeah. What was your final pick on that one for Dylan on the front side of that? And then we'll, unless anybody else got one out there, then we will be. I
think Madison Spears.
Yeah, we was up in the air with Madison and Spears, but if Tony Pollard plays, you got to go Madison.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
But here's the thing: one RB, one flex. So it's gonna be Madison Spears either way, right? We wouldn't.
So you got to have a flex. So okay, well I will put Madison at the RB and then Spears at the flex.
Yeah, and then that allows us to put in the guy you hate,
Dr. Strange.
Wait a minute, he could have played Dr. Strange and Madison, and then Henry as his tight end.
I thought you said Henry wouldn't be a good idea. I was going off you in the analytics.
You know, we had a decision for you, Dylan.
Yeah, I was going off you with. I switched to Strange with Double
Well, I
J
just
because he
didn't
brought
know
up
if we
all the
didn't like
analytics.
the other guys. That's all. That was it.
Oh no, I told you I just don't like Strange just because of how he played. That's all. But once you brought up the numbers, I said, okay, Strange is the better choice here. So Strange was my unfortunate tight end pick, and then we got Madison at the start and Spears at the flex. That's what I would go with. That would be mine. If that's what I had to pick, that's what we doing.
All right. Good deal. Again, mentioned these Ravens fans. So, hey, enjoy that victory and some Royal Farms chicken for your mans. Any final thoughts from you guys? Obviously, college football playoff just wrapped. We had
Man,
Usyk
Tennessee.
It's a
Oh my
cold ride
God.
back down
It's
the
gonna be
field.
a cold and quiet ride back too, boy.
Yeah.
That offense could not move the ball to save their life.
Right. No, not at all.
I mean, golly. Like it was 21-0. And then, of course, Ohio State got a little comfortable and let them score, and that's when they tightened back up. And was like, oh no, what are y'all doing? And then went on another 2-touchdown run. They got abused. And then the SMU getting beat on by Penn State. Like, maybe, I don't know who's doing these votes.
No, Jay, you was making a whole lot of noise about SMU, man.
I'm not going to lie to you. I would much rather have seen Alabama in the playoffs over SMU.
Yeah.
Not gonna cap. Like I would much rather have seen Alabama and Penn State over SMU and Penn State. Like maybe whoever doing this voting for the colleges need to call us right here on the shop or just walk on in, because these picks so far, like round one has been horrible. Like each Friday game, round one has been horrible. Like I'm watching these games. Like how did y'all get in? Like who said this was a good idea?
See, I think this is the first year of
like at some point strength of schedule has to matter.
Yeah, you know, because you got 12 teams here, and I think in this expansion, this is the first year of this 12 teams, so they had to figure it out, right?
So far, round one they got it wrong.
Yeah, so they're gonna do better about. Yeah, I think they're gonna do better about what they consider when they evaluate how to make it 12 teams again, how to bring these 12 back in again. Because
Vegas is upset. There were no upsets so far. Vegas like, look, what y'all said happened was gonna happen.
And Ohio State was the one probably the upset. I think that was the heaviest upset.
Yeah, a lot of people thought Tennessee was gonna beat. Nope, sorry, not happening. Yeah. Ohio State went on ahead and took care of business. And then, in like 2 years, they opened it up to 16 teams. So, like, if they gonna keep voting like this, we got to, like I said, really consider. You really have to consider strength of schedule here. Like, you can't keep letting little SMUs in that play
the little SMU
Ball State. It played Ball State and like Akron and places like that. Like, come on now, you have a good record because you playing community colleges. Like, come on now, that don't mean you deserve to get into the college. I'm sorry, I just can't agree. I can't get with it. Yes. You deserve to at least a shot at the playoffs, but like if your schedule don't equal, hey, look, you deserve to be in. And a bowl game is the best you get, and that's just how it's got to go. Unless your team is really playing top 25 teams or like really difficult or hard D1 teams, you should not be considered for the college football playoff. Yeah, you should be considered for a bowl game because you did go out there and win those games, but at the end of the day, are you doing what Michigan is doing, playing like Ohio States and Penn States, or are you doing what Georgia's doing and playing like the Alabamas and the Texases and you know what I mean? Are you doing that? Are you playing top teams in the NFL all season long? I mean NFL in the NCAA all season long? Like, why do you think you deserve to be in the college football playoffs? Just because you went undefeated don't mean you get to be here. And that's just my rant. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
That's all right. They'll figure it out.
Let's make this thing get to 18, and that way we can weed out the contenders from the pretenders. And again, I think at that point we'd all be it'd be pretty safe to say that if you were on the outside looking in, that you didn't actually deserve to be in to begin with, especially with some of the conference champions ended up on the wrong side of this thing. Of course, we are back on Monday with Gully and I, and of course, Doc, if you want to weigh in on
I'm off for 12 days, so factory shutdowns are the best. I will be here Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday. Yeah, that's when we do the turnbuckle. That's when we can do all our pro wrestling talk.
Monday and Wednesday for sure.
For sure, yeah. So Monday we got the turnbuckle. We do all our pro wrestling talk, AEW, WWE, the happenings and going ons and theories and all that. Remember, next Wednesday and the following Wednesday, the Shop Report is on a hiatus for the winter holidays. So you'll only see us on Mondays and Saturdays for the next couple of weeks. But as always, send us any of your comments and review our stuff. Send us any questions, comments, criticisms, critiques, and all of that, and we'll get back with you guys. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Doc, for showing up with the relief and the save. Double J for hosting and everything else. And we'll be back to see y'all again. And for our host, Barbershop J, and all those out there.
Uncle Jay.
Yeah, for sure. And like he says always, next time you really want to know what's going on, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla.
Peace.